So this store was absolutely incredible and might start some heated discussion in the comments, but this is Washington State. All these prices do have about a 21% tax on them, and the big numbers are including tax. Now the prices in here range from high to ridiculous, but let's check it out and just check out this ultimate museum store. So this is Issaquah Liquor and Wine in Issaquah, Washington. Now they do have pretty high taxes up here, and I am a capitalist and I believe things are worth what people are willing to pay. So I'm not an MSRP only sort of guy, but I also didn't buy anything here, and mostly because of the tax. For example, that Jack Daniels, if you take off the 21% in tax, you know, you're down to about $100 odd bucks, and that's MSRP. Like, they just had some really old stuff. So obviously they're not selling a whole bunch. Grained glass, even that's not a bad price, you know, when you add on the tax. A lot of these more standard things here were, you know, not far off when you add the 21% tax. And apparently the 21% tax, as all political things, was snuck in a bill last minute when they just approved selling of liquor at liquor stores. So things get a bit Taterific down here, of course, with the Wellers, and Taters are going to potate, and if you want $846 Weller single barrel, there it is. Now, quick jump back to these Orphan barrels. Hang around and you'll see the most amazing Orphan barrel collection I've ever seen. Like there's a Jack Daniels from 2018. And there was a lot of that around here, stuff that had obviously been in the store a long time, or he'd purchased it from somewhere else. He did say that he was a big fan of Orphan barrels, and you'll see later on what I mean. But you know, those hardened creeks, they're hard to find, and there's that 211-month one, which is excellent. I had already asked the price on the Jack Daniels, and that was like $380, which was a little bit too much. Like, you can get that on secondary for probably about $350. So once again, it's sort of just tax, but check this out. Like, check out this E.H. Taylor lineup. Now, the one that's a bit off is that Warehouse C for $3,300. From what I understand, that's the latest one that came out, and it isn't particularly amazing or hard to find. So that's about 3 times the price, but everything else is, you know, still over secondary, but you don't pay tax on secondary. The B-tax there, basically sort of secondary plus a 20%. That 8-year malt, that one's pretty damn high at $900. But there was some pretty old Willets there. Still, no, just their own stuff, not their old sourced. Some more B-tac, Boss Hoss, Heaven Hill 17, fantastic. $2,400. Ouch. Kentucky Owls, which, no, I wouldn't buy them almost for any price. And Benchmark, now we're back to our boys. So they just had stuff everywhere. This store was really enjoyable to hunt, right? I'm looking, is there anything reasonable? Is there anything he's messed up his price on? So it was actually a really fun store. Whistle Pig 21 there for $1,800. Now this is pretty funny, that Jack Daniels unaged rye, very interesting. It's the white dog of the rye, but it was for sale at the gift shop for like, I don't know, next to nothing. And you can still pick them up on different online sites for half that price, but it would have been interesting, but slightly high on there. Look at these Master Keeps, 400, 424, 336. The new 10-year one, piggy bank up there. Now, it is a little bit funny because, like, I would get the Unforgotten over the Triumph any day. Calumet 18 sitting there for, I think it was basically MSRP plus tax. Once again, huge Scotch selection. Now, we are in a very rich city. Seattle, this is on the outskirts of Seattle. We had a lot of money around here, so huge Scotch selections. This is, you know, people have FU money around here, so they just want to walk in and buy their bottles. So I didn't buy any. Actually, I was very close and tempted to buy a bottle. You'll see soon. But yeah, some more scotches. Oh, just the place was really packed. And he said it was overflowing, and that's what I told him. Hey, maybe you should drop your prices a little bit. Because like I say, and if the tax wasn't there and he'd come down just 10%, man, this place would be a gold mine. These are pretty cool. I've seen them online too. It's that Game of Thrones series, so some of those maybe fairly reasonable. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, all sorts of collectible bottles up here. Widow Jane Decadence for $171. An OFC 1994, $5,000. Those seem to sit everywhere. Some Rabbit Hole. That's expensive. Rabbit Hole anywhere, but very expensive there. A whole bunch of, blood oaths. Baccarat. It's funny when the Baccarat seems like a reasonable price. Now they did, once again, I didn't pick up anything here, mostly because of even just the tax sort of puts me off, but some of these old master collectors can be really interesting, some can be bad, some can be interesting, but yeah, like $300 for the double because it's new. Then we get into this, man, like these Heaven Doors, just the whole entire collection. If you're into Heaven's Door, like there it is right there. Really old lock, stock and barrel. Couple of old Jack Daniels. Another Jack Daniels. Yeah, $365 for that heritage barrel, the old single special release one. Very good, but that's just a little bit pricey. But old. You're probably not going to see that on any other shelf. Some Nulus. These Hardin Creek things, man. Like when they came out, their MSRP was $170, and he's got it on here for $209. But there's another $50 in tax. So the tax is just absolutely killing it out here. And as the prices get higher, of course, the percentage of tax just gets more and more and more. Some really old, expensive barrel whiskies. And he's got a lot of those Hardin Creek. So if you're in the market for them and you want to pay some tax, here is your store. Yellowstone special release things. And that was just the top shelf. So he does have some normaler stuff down here. This is not normaler. What the fuck that is. It's some Pendleton. Not a big fan of Pendleton. Ooh, there was some Caribou Crossing. Can't believe I just didn't even look at it. That's some Uncle Nearest. They could be in some trouble. Well, financial difficulties, we should say. Bad business decisions, possibly. Bottom shelf stuff down there. Like, he was packed. Sazerac Rice store pick. Oh, Michter's. Heaps of whistle pig. All of the pigs of the whistle. Blackened. So his prices on this stuff, they did range, right? There was a lot of it that was just unreasonable due to tax, and then there was stuff that was just priced a little bit high. Those cute little Knob Creek, little 375s, I don't think I'd seen them before. Smoke Hill, that seems to be everywhere these days. It's good to see they're getting out a little bit more. They had Maker's Mark. I saw these blue ones in the back, so of course, number 12, Seattle Seahawks, go Hawks, I guess. That's pretty cool. If you're a Seahawks fan, which everybody in this town is. Almost a full rainbow of the 1972s. Didn't have the new cognac finished one. Some tin cup and some good old Wild Turkey 101. So they were looking at what, $58. Well, there's sweet wheat. Of course, it was ridiculously priced. But $58 for a single barrel, I don't know. Remember, you got to take off 20% and you come relatively close. But that sweet wheat, not really good at even MSRP. It's fine, but it ain't $200 fine. Still looking for my B525. But he had a big selection of Elijah Craze. I look at all these things. A121, A122. Yeah, for $89 once you take off the 60%. But just a lot of the stuff has been sitting around for a while, so I don't know if this store is a B523. But look at them all. Wow, look at them all. Maybe people get a bit scared off by the rest of the prices and they don't look deep. But look at this. I have never seen these Orphan barrels before. I've heard about them. Yeah, I have seen that one around. Now, 420, I don't really know the going price on this stuff. But Barterhouse, like, that is a really good one. From what I understand, like a really good one. Now, is it $640 good? I don't know. But like you can see, like a $1,200 one. A 26-year-old old blowhard, another legendary one that I've only heard stories of, and he's got a shit ton of them. Like, I don't know, man. Comment below what you think about this, what these prices are like. I think they're probably secondary prices, but none of this stuff is new. And that stuff that's been out of circulation for a long time. So that blew my mind. These Jack Daniel's Master Distiller series, they haven't been out for many years, and they're not even the latest ones. So just some more stuff that he's had sitting around here. Now, this thing coming up here, I don't know if you saw it, but Sam Houston 15, that's a great bottle. That's an older one, and that is legitimately a 10-year-old one. Warehouse K, if it had been a CNF or anything, but I was pretty tempted at $111. Once you take off tax, that would have been I would have got it. I'm not a huge Russell's Reserve, I love the 13s, love the 15s, but man, the 10 is just not my jam. But I've never really had an older store pick and some of them are legendary. In 10 years, I haven't seen a 10-year one around for a long time. Just shit piled everywhere. Dark Arts there, just shit piled everywhere. This is a store I had a good time in. I probably would go back there and just have a look, see if there's something that is, priced in my range. And once again, fucking tax, man. Tax just killing this place. Maybe that's why he's got so much stuff. Maybe people travel to Oregon. No sales tax at all on liquor in Oregon. $237 for an old Grandad 16, and that wasn't the only one. There's a ton of those floating around here in a minute. Some disgusting PTR bags, hard bags, Bellamy's, Eagle 10s, shit ton of Eagle 10s, and the big boy Eagle 10s. I did pick up an Eagle 10 for a buddy. Shout out Alex, legend. He was running out, so had to get him another one. Oops. Shanks, bomb burgers. There was a lot of Shanks and bomb burgers in Washington, but something I have never just seen sitting on a shelf. And I saw it not only in this store, I saw it in a Kroger's that I was in. I might put that in the next video. But yeah, an amazing store. Comment below what you guys think about this store and the pricing. Just remember, there was 20% tax on everything. And Taters are going to take. Just like a lot of stores in a lot of states that aren't state controlled, when you have these Tater bottles, you price them up. I do think there are a couple of bottles that are absolutely priced wrong, but hey, yeah, maybe it's just a mistake and it'll come down. Maybe he got one and sold it to somebody and that's the going price. So anyway, very interesting store, cool little town there in Washington. Next video, we will go visit Woodinville and do another bit of a hunt, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.